Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live watch along of Brazil versus Spain in the Olympic men's final. The gold medal is at stake between the two sides. There will be a silver medal as well, but they both want the major one, the gold medal. And of course the game has just kicked off, so apologies that we are a little late. We've just started, so I'm just trying to find a stream so I can watch the game with you lot, but at the moment I'm not having much luck. Annoyingly, where I live in the UK, BBC hasn't been great for the football coverage. It's been pretty poor. So I will hopefully find it in just a moment. Let me just see if this comes up for me. Nope, it's nothing working for me. But do let us know, folks, on the poll on our live chat page. Who do you think will win the game today? Who will win that gold medal? There we go. I found it. Now I can start the clock and actually put it at the right match time, which is at just past 1:30. And so here we go then. The game has begun. So do get in touch on the live chat page, folks. Don't be shy. Let's talk about the game while it goes on. It's still goalless. Only just about 2 minutes nearly gone here. And of course, they're playing at the Yokohama Stadium, the international stadium, which is remembered as back in 2002, Brazil winning the 2002 FIFA World Cup in front of Germany. It was all well remembered for Ronaldo scoring a brace against Germany, against one of the best goalkeepers in the world at the time, of Oliver Kahn. I remember John Motson would say that it was pretty much the best goalkeeper in the world versus the best striker in the world, and Ronaldo proved why he was the world's best striker at that time. A World Cup medal to his name, along with many other trophies he won for Brazil and for the clubs he played for. It's currently with Spain then, the back line. Of course, there's quite a few decent players for Spain in terms of their senior squad that are involved, and for Brazil as well. With Brazil, we've got Richarlison up front. We've got Dani Alves in defence. I think he's 37 now? The guy just loves playing football. He's an absolute credit to Brazilian football and especially world football. And there's been a collision between one of the Spanish players and the Brazilian goalkeeper, which is Santos in goal, and he went into the back of, I think it was Oyarzabal, and it was just outside the box as well. So, and he was the last man. I don't know if the referee will give it as a foul. He'll probably just call it a collision and an accident between the two players. It's just outside the box, so hence why the goalkeeper of Santos had to use his feet there to try and clear the ball at least. And it was a loose ball as well. Let's get some crowd noise in for you. Let's make it a bit more atmospheric on this watch along. Of course, we do have another watch along this evening at 5 o'clock UK time, that is. In South Africa, it's at 6 o'clock. That is the final test between South Africa and the British and Irish Lions. So do join us for that. It should be an absolute cracker. And hopefully, as an Englishman, we'll see the Lions win the whole test, as of course the test series is currently at 1-1, with this tonight being the decider. Ooh. Now here's Spain on the right-hand side. Four and a half minutes gone, still goals. Of course, if you've not really watched the Olympics this year in terms of the men's football, Mexico won the bronze medal match yesterday. They lost to Brazil in the semi-finals, which went down to penalties between the two. That's the thing with Mexico and Brazil. You can never really predict those games. A lot of people would assume Brazil would beat them, but there seems to be that rivalry between the two. Ever since that 1999 Confederations Cup final when Mexico beat Brazil, which was inside a stadium full of over 100,000 Mexicans, I would say, at the Estadio Azteca that night. It was 4-3, but they had the game. It felt like they were always going to win that tournament, especially with that spirit behind them. And there wasn't that many games that they had to play to win it. I think it was only 5, which isn't a lot in the space of 2 weeks. It's still a lot of games that they had to play. Let's have a look at that live poll that we've got at the moment on our chat page. 68% of you reckon Brazil will win the gold medal today. 32% have gone for Spain. Brazil were the Olympic champions, let's not forget, 5 years ago when they hosted the Olympics in Rio. They won against Germany on penalties. It was Neymar with the final kick of the game, with the final penalty to bring home Brazil's first and only Olympic gold medal, which is hard to believe. You'd think they would have won this tournament in the past, but nope. First and only time. Can they do it tonight and defend that Olympic title? And they do take this seriously, the Olympic Games, in terms of football for Brazil. They really do. It's currently a throw-in for Brazil. And instead of giving it all the way back to the Spanish defence at the moment. Of course, we've got our ball tracker as well on the bottom right corner of your screen, so you know exactly where the ball is. It is a bit ahead of me of my stream, but that's okay. Of course, the new football season starts today. I think that's going to be a throw-in for Spain. Yep, it is. Do get in touch on the live chat page, folks. Haven't heard from any of you yet, so do get in touch. Don't be shy. And if you haven't yet, do subscribe to the channel. We're hoping to reach 4,000 subscribers before the end of the weekend. We've got this stream now. We've got the Lions match, as I mentioned, this evening. And then, of course, we've got the return of the MotoGP 2021 season, starting with the Styrian Grand Prix tomorrow afternoon. So do join me for that at 2 o'clock. No, 1 o'clock. Nearly said the wrong time there. 1 o'clock race start. Here comes Spain. Not really much to shout about in this game so far for either side, as we reach nearly 8 minutes of this game so far. Of course, Richarlison's been the main man up front for Brazil, as he'll be, I'd imagine he'll play next weekend for Everton, as long as he's fit. Well, actually, here they come now, Brazil, as they look for that first goal. Oh, couldn't get it through to Richarlison at the end. They lost the ball on the edge of the box. Spain, they won the ball there at the most crucial moment of the game so far, because you just felt like Brazil might have found themselves free into the box there. It was Pedri, I think, who made the late challenge. It'll be a throw for Brazil in their own half on the near side. Dani Alves wearing the captain's armband tonight. I'm sure he might have memories of, I don't think he was in the squad, but I'm sure he has memories, probably too young by then. I'm sure he has memories of watching his nation win their last ever World Cup in this stadium at the Yokohama International Ground. It's mad to think, though, it's been nearly 20 years since that final. I can't believe it's been 19 years. And yet Brazil have not added to that World Cup tally of 5. I mean, you do look at that squad, though. You had Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Cafu. You had all sorts of players in that team that were just a winning mentality. They just won so much as players, whether it was with Brazil or with their clubs. I don't know what it is that's missing for Brazil these days in terms of their senior team. I mean, they lost in the Copa America final back in July. They lost to Argentina, a match that they would never like to lose. When it's Argentina on the other side of that pitch, they never want to lose, even if there's no cup to fight for. The rivalry between Argentina and Brazil is crazy. For example, at my workplace the other day, we had a competition, and funny enough, it was a Brazil football shirt, and it was an Argentinian that won the prize. He was happy to accept it, but he said, "I'm not going to wear it though. I can't be seen wearing that. Never will I be ever wearing that." It was so bizarre. 10 minutes gone, goalless at the moment. But yeah, they lost the Copa America final to Argentina last month. I actually haven't seen anything of that. I know that Argentina obviously had finally won for Messi, because Messi, I don't think, had ever won the Copa America before, despite losing. You know, he lost 2 finals in the space of a year, which was in 2015 and 2016 to Chile, Both finals, I think, went to penalties. Messi missed one, and especially in the 2016 one when it was in America. But yeah, Brazil won it in 2019, the Copa America there, but you feel like that's the basic of Brazil. They should be winning those to fight for the World Cup, and who knows what they could do next year in Qatar. I think Qatar could be a very open World Cup. I've shared this with one or two of my friends about it, and I do honestly think it's a World Cup for Germany to rebuild and Argentina to have one last go with Messi before maybe he retires from football altogether, ahead of the World Cup after, which is in 2026. You'd have thought he'd be too old by then, for Messi. Anyway, Dani Alves with the free kick on the right wing. Spain deal with it as it's headed out of the box. It's back with Dani Alves as he's gone about 10 yards back to pick up the loose ball, and now it's gone all the way back into Brazil's half, all the way back to Santos, the goalkeeper, who collided with Oyarzabal. Oh, it's a good kick to Richarlison. The keeper's come all the way out of the box there for Spain. That's Simon who's come out, and he's clashed into Anthony, and that's twice now we've seen. We've seen both goalkeepers in this game that have come out of their box and have ended up colliding with their opponent. And in all fairness to Simon, he did header the ball. He did get to it before his opponent, so there isn't a foul really. It's more of a collision afterwards. Already a couple of dramatic moments up front for both teams as only 12 minutes gone here. If you haven't yet, folks, do click the like and do subscribe to the channel. Let's Talk Sport is your home of sport watch-alongs. Next up is the rugby this evening between South Africa and the Lions in the third and final test. Here comes Spain then. With Cucurella. Here come Brazil in the midfield, and they've won a foul. Free kick just inside the centre circle. Of course, the gold and silver medals are on the bottom left corner of your screen. That's what's at stake here today. Mexico won the bronze yesterday after beating the host Japan. Of course, in the women's, it all finished yesterday. It was Canada. Out of all the teams, Canada won the gold medal after beating Sweden on penalties, which I felt sorry for Sweden because in my eyes they were the better team of the whole tournament. But all that matters is what you do on the final game. You know, if you don't take it, you don't win it. And Sweden had the fifth penalty. It was theirs. If they scored, they won. And Sergej, her 36, 37, I think she is now. She's played for Sweden for 16 years. Imagine wrapping it up, if that was to be a final major tournament, with the winning penalty to win your country an Olympic gold medal. And instead, she missed. And it went on, and Canada won in the sudden death shootout. And yeah, I was good for Sweden. I must admit, there was a bit more of me that wanted to see Sweden win it than Canada. Got nothing wrong with Canada. I was chuffed for them as well, but Sweden were just more. They were just a better team. They were a good team to watch. Let's not forget their opening game was against the world champions of the USA, and they thrashed them 3-0. Which, yes, USA got out the group still with Sweden, but to start the tournament like that, you know, that does make you wonder, you know, were they going to be one of the favourites? And Sweden got to the final, and they didn't go into extra time in any of their games. They won all of them in normal time, one way or another. But it was just that final. They got taken to extra time after a 1-1 draw after 90 minutes. And then they lost on penalties. So Canada were on penalties against Brazil, I think it was, in the quarterfinals, and they beat them. So the women's Brazil team didn't win any medal under Marta there. Of course, probably one of the biggest, well, no doubt one of the biggest names in women's football. So yeah, quite dramatic in the women's side of it. USA had to settle for bronze. They lost to Canada from a penalty in that game. They lost 1-0. And then they had to... who was it they played in the... I can't remember who they played in the bronze medal match. It was Australia. That was a dramatic game. Ended 4-3 after 90 minutes. So that was a cracking game to watch. Here comes Spain. Then this could be 1-0. Oh, it was saved on the line. I think it was Dani Alves. It went past the goalkeeper. And it might... Was it offside? No, it's a free kick here for Spain. I thought they might have gone back to say it was offside. But Spain, with the first throw at goal. And it actually came off the Brazilian defender as the header came towards him. He hit the ball past his goalkeeper, but luckily Carlos cleared it on the line in the air as well. So that was a risky move, which if he hadn't got that right, it could have been 1-0 to Spain with an own goal against them. Meanwhile, Spain have got a free kick here, so the danger isn't gone yet. But already an early start. You always feel with finals like this there won't be many goals, just because both teams have a lot to play for. Here comes the free kick way over the bar from the Real Madrid man of Asensio. Goal kick for Brazil, and that was with his left foot. It went way over the bar. Probably just warming himself up for any other free kicks he might get coming his way throughout this game. But it's of course night time now in Japan. The local time there is, well, they're 8 hours ahead, so must be nearly 9 o'clock over there. I think this game kicked off at 8:30. Yeah, 8:30. Yeah, that makes sense. So here's the throw-in for Spain. It's inside their own half. They'll go around it. Instead, it's gone all the way back towards Spain's back line and just passing it around. Of course, Spain, their senior team, I kind of forget now, they got to the semis of the Euros. Ooh, that's got to be offside on Richarlison, surely. Oh, shot on target anyway. Goalkeeper made the save. Ball behind for a corner, but surely Douglas Luiz was offside there. Actually, I've just realised I've spelt Douglas's name wrong. On the Brazil line, up onto your left. Let me change that. I've called him Douglas or Dougals. I was going to put some Spain and a Brazil shirt up behind me for the background, but I didn't get the chance. Hence why the stream was on late. Oh, shot there. It was a corner at the end for Brazil. They did take it, so there was no offside. It looked offside. And there's a free kick for Spain. Let's have a look at the poll. Let's see if there's any changes. So Brazil, 76% of you believe they'll win this match and take home the gold medal, while Spain is 24% of you that reckon that Brazil could get defeated and will have to take silver instead. But yeah, do vote, and of course that's what I love about this YouTube poll. The moment you vote, that's it. You can't vote again. You can't change your mind. So in case you are wondering if it does change throughout, it only if you haven't voted, which helps you lot when it gets later on in the game, because you might be more right if you look at the scoreline. But currently it is goalless, level between Brazil and Spain. The last major final we saw between these two nations was the 2013 FIFA Confederations Cup, which was at the Maracanã. So this was a warm-up tournament to Brazil hosting the World Cup in 2014, and that was just a stadium full of Brazilians. Spain were on their own out there, 11 men against 90, 100,000 Brazilians in that stadium that night. And even though Spain, I thought were going to have a good game still, despite what the atmosphere was like. I just thought with how good they were at the time, especially under Del Bosque. And what happened? They got thrashed 3-0 by Brazil thanks to the likes of Neymar and Fred, who scored the goals that night. And that was the birth of Neymar in a way, where he showed himself at a world stage of what was to come in his career, and he was fantastic. It was his tournament for Neymar. Fred with the top goal scorer as well in that tournament. Sadly for them, 12 months later, they only got to the semis. They had an injured Neymar ahead of that Germany game, and then they got thrashed 7-1. So, yeah, Spain weren't the same since that Confederations Cup with that squad. That was probably the demise of their dominance around the world, and it was their first defeat in like 3 years as well, I think. So it just showed how good Brazil were that night to make sure Spain didn't even get a goal, let alone win the game. Meanwhile, it's 50-50, I'd say, after we reach the halfway mark of the first half. Of course, if you love your football, we do a lot of football watch-alongs here on Let's Talk Sport if you're new to visiting this channel. We look forward to next weekend when the football season returns, so do join us for that. We do not just the usual big leagues, we do women's football, lower leagues, more obscure football tournaments and competitions and fixtures, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. Because we do realise a lot of YouTube channels do the usual fixtures on football, so we try and be a little bit different here and try and offer something new and different as well. Here's Spain on the right hand side. Ooh, that's a throw-in. Yeah, throw-in for Brazil. Spain tried to take it and get on with it, but remember, folks, to subscribe to the channel. Do click that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate your support. We're so close. We're so close to 4,000 subscribers. We're currently at 3,970 odd, so we're very, very close. Here come Brazil, approaching down the right. And I think they've got themselves a throw, and yet they have done, as the linesman points towards Brazil's way. In case you are wondering what the starting lineups are, they're there on the side on your screen. And this is to fight for the gold medal. Brazil won it in 2016. They are defending this. Spain, last time they were in a final, I believe it was in 2000 at Sydney Olympics, which they lost in the final to Samuel Eto'o's Cameroon, if I can remember correctly. I don't remember the match back then. I was only 4 or 5 years old. I remember the Sydney Olympics, but not for the stuff like the football. But I remember. What was it? No, I'm going on about the football game now, so I don't remember any of it, as I just said. But I noticed if you actually go on the Olympic YouTube channel, the full match is there. So. You know, if you're not up to anything this afternoon and you feel like watching more Olympic football after this final, then check it out. Oh, and it's in! Oh, it's hit the side netting. Richarlison. Great ball in. Low ball cross from the left-hand side. Picked him out in between two Spain defenders. And he had a peek at goal with his left boot. And it hit the side netting instead. It was a great cross in. Not sure who it was, but it would have been some goal if he had somehow found the net from that angle. He did, but it was on the wrong side of the net. And it will be a goal kick after all that. So it remains goalless, but I've had 1 or 2 moments here and there. Brazil starting to maybe knock on the door, but Here comes Spain with a quick goal kick here into the midfield. Now on the right-hand side, just inside their own half. We got William Bryan. Hello, William. Hope you're well. Finally, someone's talking to us. Got some interaction going. How are you, William? Who are you supporting today? Brazil or Spain? If you haven't yet, be sure to vote on that poll. William's asking, are you doing the rugby tonight? Wales against Africa. Don't you mean the Lions? Come on, William. What are you trying to say? Yeah, I am at 5 o'clock. I haven't set up the event page on YouTube yet. I was going to do it before I did this stream, but time was not on my side today. It will be up straight after this, though, I promise. Eric Garcia is booked. So you see, there's quite a few decent players. Well, I'm not saying the Spain squad aren't decent, but when it comes to Olympic tournament, you can only have 3 players over the age of 23. I think it's 24 in this case because of the Olympics being delayed by a year. So I think they've accepted it going up to 24 years old. But again, well, actually, that might be why we've got... I don't know how old Asensio and all that are, but maybe that is the case. Almost just gone down. William Bryan asks, have you got over England against Italy in the football? No, I never will, sadly, William. I never will. I will never will. I mean, it's painful the morning after when your team loses in a final, I always find, especially when it's an evening game. And that's why I quite like games on in the evening if you lose, because then you can just go to bed. When it's during the day, you've got to sit through the news throughout the night. Well, I know you can try and avoid it, but you know what I mean. It's a bit of a pain. But, yeah, I'm kind of over it. Oh, here comes Spain. Through ball. No, only to be denied by one of the Brazil defenders in the box. And it's... But yeah, I think once you get the first couple of days out of the way after the final, you feel a bit... You just move on. I think what hurt me the most was just... I was going into work the day after, which was going to be a long day at work. And I was just hoping would make work more bearable if England had won that final. And, still gutted, but at least we got there. You got to look at the positives. At the end of the day, it was our first major final in 55 years. And, you know, countries like these two teams here, Brazil and Spain, they're used to being in major finals quite a lot. Well, especially Brazil over its entirety. As I said earlier on in this stream, Brazil were in a Copa America final last month, but they didn't bring it home. Argentina winning 1-0 that night. It's a deep ball in for Spain. Pedri couldn't get to the end of it, and it's intercepted by Mr. Dani Alves. William asking me, what's your job? I work in sports data, William, for a company called Genius Sports. So we send people out to the football around the UK, so Premier League, Championship, you name it, to basically pick up the data from the game in terms of recording everything that happens in the game, like corners, substitution, goals, bookings. Brazil had a shot and it took a deflection, but I think the referee has stopped because of a foul from just before that shot, so hence why there won't be a corner for Brazil, and instead it'll be a free kick in their own box for the Spaniards. So that's my job. My next game is actually a week today, so I'll be travelling to Huddersfield Town. I think they're playing Fulham in the Championship, so I'll be there next Saturday. Reason why I'm at home today is so that I could do this game and the Lions stream for you lot. So I look forward to seeing you all there for the Lions game as well, especially you, Mr. Brian. We got Niquest Python getting in touch. Hello, Niquest Python. Not sure if we've had you on our live chat page before, but welcome. Hope you're well. Saying Brazil will win by 50 goals. In this game or another game? Because half an hour is gone and it's still goalless. We do have 79% of you now on our poll say that Brazil will win the gold medal. And it has been pretty much Brazil favourites on our poll since I set that up before we went live. Oh, Richarlison's been given a yellow card there. Right, Spain. I've got the possession on the halfway line at the moment. As I said, and as I predicted, I know it's still only been 31 minutes, but just as I say that, here comes Spain with the cross. Ooh, couldn't deal with it, Brazil. It's still in the box. Shot on goal. Comfortable save, really. Routine save there for Santos. And I think it was Asensio that tried to go for the bottom left corner of the net with his left foot. Couldn't get the curl, really, and I think the goalkeeper had it covered. I think he was expecting that. But, yeah. It's one of those fixtures when you just expect a low-scoring affair. A lot at stake, so both teams aren't going to go crazy the moment it's kickoff. They're going to bide their time and wait for the other team to make a mistake. That's how it always feels like a chess match when it comes to the final of a tournament. And we've seen that over the last few years. I mean, we saw it yesterday. Canada and Sweden only... I mean, it was 1-1. It's better than some finals. We've had some finals where it's decided by a goal in extra time, which the CONCACAF Gold Cup showed last week, where USA won in extra time, specifically on 117th minute, to beat Mexico 1-0. And to avoid penalties. We saw it at the Euro 2016 when Portugal scored that goal out of nowhere in extra time for Medeiros to beat France 1-0. And then, of course, 2014 World Cup final in Brazil. It was 1-0 from Mario Götze in extra time for Germany against Argentina, which I think a lot of Brazilians were delighted and relieved not to see Argentina win the World Cup at the Maracanã, which would have been some kick in the teeth. Anyway, Brazil have got a free kick here. 12 minutes to go. Still goalless. And they just... header just goes wide. I think the referee has said it was a foul anyway, but one of the Brazilian players is down at the moment. Went into the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper got his hands to the ball, so... there wasn't a foul in that. Oh, no, he didn't. What am I saying? Came off the Spain captain of Moreno, so it probably should have been a corner, but I think the referee did say there was a foul somewhere else. I'm not really sure what the referee is saying. I think it's a corner or something there for Brazil, not for Spain. William Bryan says it's coming home, Lions. I guess what you... oh, he's taking it off now. I always find it funny when people retract their messages. Come on, William. You can spell it. L-I-O-N-S, not L-Y-O-N-S. I thought you meant like it's they're bringing it home Leon, as in the club then. I was like, what are you on about, man? He then says, get a mullet. Do you have a mullet, William? Do people get mullets these days? Oh, and they're looking at VAR now for a possible penalty. The players are back in position. So I have a feeling the referee will actually just try and... Well, at the moment, I don't think he expects it, but they're going to have the check anyway. Goalkeeper, I think, wants to take this kick, but he's having to wait. Oh, and this is a big moment because the referee is going to check the screen, and normally when they do that, it might just get them to change their mind, we've seen in the past. William Bryan says he's getting a mullet. Good for you, man. Even though some people say it's an old-fashioned 80s thing, but don't listen to them. Now, they're looking at it because he didn't get the ball, and he went into the Brazilian forward. And... I mean, I guess it is a penalty technically, but he's never going to get the ball, so I don't think there was any threat there. But I'll say this now for Simon, the goalkeeper. He hasn't got much to stand on, because I think if you're going to go in the air and go late for the ball, you have to get that ball or you're in trouble. Because there's two ways of it. You either foul someone or you could end up giving away a goal. Right, the referee's checked the screen, he's checked the monitor, he's coming back onto the pitch. What's he going to go for? He's done the sign, and I think he's given it. He's given the penalty. So Brazil have a penalty here. So after the VAR outcome, Brazil have been given a penalty. And it looks as though Richarlison is next to the penalty spot. It looks as though it'll be him that'll take it. He's waiting for the ball to come to him so he can place it down and decide what to do against Mr. Simon. Simon is protesting towards the ref, but I think it's... You can do whatever you like, Simon. It's too late now, I'm afraid. I don't think they're going to change their mind after a VAR check. So it is Richarlison versus Simon for a chance to lead here in this Olympic gold medal match. Simon's got to concentrate now. He's got to forget about what happened and try and keep his team level. While Richarlison, a big player for Everton, he would love to take home a gold medal. Here he comes with the penalty. Oh, and he skied it over the crossbar. Goalkeeper, in a way, kind of went the right way. I think he was trying to go for the top left corner, and Richarlison has missed his penalty, and it stays at goalless with 7 minutes to go till half-time. He completely roofed it over the crossbar, and oh, Everton fans and Brazil fans will not be happy to see that. He's had a good tournament, Richarlison. He's been scoring goals for his nation. But as you could see, the Spanish players behind were screaming near him in celebration and delighted and relieved that they aren't having to work from a goal down. So it's a missed penalty for Brazil. That might come and haunt them if they don't take home the gold medal later on. Six minutes to go. What did you folks think of that penalty then? It's one of those, you want to get air on it, but then it can also go way over the crossbar if you hit it too high. Or hit it too powerfully, but penalties are penalties. It's most of the time you expect them to score, but you know, for once we actually saw a striker take a penalty. We rarely see that these days in modern day football. Anyway, Spain have a free kick here. Oh, flick header down. Didn't get to Torres at the end, and it will be a goal kick. Spain are protesting even more to say to the ref, what are you on about? It's a corner kick. Sensio wasn't happy about that. But he has stuck to his guns, and Brazil will have a goal kick instead. Of course, other things going on at the Olympics today. The women's marathon on first thing this morning in Japan. That was one for Kenya. It was a 1-2 for Kenya in the women's marathon. There's the men's marathon tomorrow. That's normally the tradition on the final day of the Olympics. You would have the men's marathon, so looking forward to watching that. In terms of our coverage for the rest of the weekend, we have the Lions match against South Africa at 5 o'clock today. So do join us for that. It's the final test and it's currently 1 apiece, so someone's got to try and win the test series in Cape Town. After what was a second half performance, South Africa were brilliant and they showed why they're world champions. Scintillating with a cross, he wins a corner because it came off a Brazilian. And they've got a corner here on the near side. Scintillating looks to be taking it. No, he's left it for his teammate, for Olmo to take. But yeah, Spain got to the semis at the Euros and I kind of forgot that, really. They weren't riveting to watch in my eyes. Olmo with the corner. Oh dear. Well, it didn't even reach the goal or well, it got to the box, but it didn't reach anyone. It went out for a goal kick, so that was a poor corner. I think he was trying to sneak it into the near post, but yeah, wasteful corner there from Olmo. He knows he has to do better than that. So still goalless. But yeah, Spain in that Euros were not riveting. They weren't great. I wouldn't pay to watch them anyway. I thought they were quite boring to watch under Luis Enrique. But, you know, they got to the semis. Good tournament for them, I think, because the last few major tournaments, well, last time they made the semis was, I think it was 2012. Well, I mean, you could count Confederations Cup if you really want to in 2013, but in terms of the Euros and the World Cup, their last semi-final appearance was Euro 2012, and let's not forget they went on to win that after winning it in Euro 2008 as well. But you're always going to get that. You're going to have national teams that have a great squad that may win 1 or 2 trophies, and then you're always going to have a squad after it that doesn't live up to their heights. It happens. I mean, look at France. They won the World Cup in 1998, thrashed Brazil 3-0 in that final in Paris at the Stade de France. Won the Euros in 2000, and then it was 2002 World Cup. They went out the group stages. Couldn't carry on their great form at major tournament level. It's happened to Spain. Happened to Germany when they were at the last World Cup. They couldn't defend the World Cup and they went out in the group stages to South Korea, which in Germany they would have called that pathetic. The expectancy in some of these countries is so high. As an England fan, it is kind of like that. How much does a mullet cost, William, if you're still there? A minute and a half to go. Brazil 0, Spain 0 in the first half. I think the way this game's going there, it's no, Spain long ball again, picked up by the goalkeeper of Santos. Now Dani Alves. I can't remember if Dani Alves was. I'll have to Google this, but I'm trying to remember if Dani Alves was in that Rio 2016 squad. Because if so, he's already got an Olympic gold medal before he came to Tokyo. But if not, then if he had won the gold medal, then yeah, it'd be another thing to his long list of honours that he has done in his footballing career. I mean, he won so much with Barcelona. He won Copa America at least twice, I think, for Brazil, Confederations Cup. Sadly for him, he couldn't get to the World Cup, though. He could only get to the semis in 2014. And I'd imagine, I don't think he has much to say in the senior squad anymore. I don't think he was at Copa America last month. I don't think it would have been possible with this clashing in a way. 2 minutes of added time. Here come Brazil. Can they get one just before half-time? Here's Richarlison. Oh, shot blocked. He'll try and go for the rebound. Oh, he's got the ball again. Cross comes in from the left, and it's Olmo who clears it away with a volley. Big chance there for Richarlison to get redemption after what happened with his missed penalty. Oh, the referee got in the way of a pass there for Brazil, and he's given them a free kick. Could have played on, really. I think Brazil had the possession. Now here come Brazil again on the left-hand side. Oh, nearly got the flick through, and then Spain have cleared it again. Oh, good ball down the left-hand side. It's with Richarlison, who's next to the corner flag on the left. Brazil with a swinging ball in. Oof. Far post nearly got to it. Oh, hang on, he's free here, and he scores! Bottom right corner on his own there. Completely tricked the two Spanish defenders. He won the ball and then got in front of them, and then he had a free shot at goal, and he absolutely laced it into the bottom right corner. And Brazil, despite missing that penalty, have got that goal just before we reach the half-time break. I think it will count. I can't see there anyone being offside there, but it started off with a cross to the far post, and then just a great chest control in front of the two Spaniards. And then all he had to do was pick a corner, which he did, leaving the goalkeeper Simon for dead. And Brazil are 1-0 up here in this Olympic medal final. I keep thinking one of their Brazilian forwards might have been offside and build up to that goal, but I reckon it should be okay. But as you'd expect, the coaching staff and the substitutes are going crazy on the sidelines. It just shows how much it means to a country like Brazil. Whatever the tournament, they love winning. That is Brazil in a nutshell. So Konar with the goal to separate the two teams just as we're about to reach half-time. That might have been the last kick of the first half. Wow. Spain to resume. I'd imagine, yeah, the referee's blown the whistle. I think he has done. And it will be Brazil leading this gold medal match at half-time, thanks to Cano with his goal on the 45th minute. Minutes after Richarlison missed his penalty, which went way over the crossbar. So Brazil, despite the fact that they had a great opportunity, they have instead got themselves a goal ahead, and it will be Spain that will have to get themselves going in the second half. Otherwise, they will be going home with a silver medal instead of a gold medal. So at half-time, it's Brazil 1, Spain 0. So do get in touch on a live chat page, folks. Let us know what you thought of that first half. I mean, to be honest with you, my first thoughts were bit dull, not much going on, but then it came up to that Richarlison penalty, and you feel like they've been a bit more up to it, Brazil. You just think they want this more. And look, I do think, as I mentioned before, when they scored the goal, Brazil are always hungry for winning. It doesn't matter what the tournament is. If there's a trophy or a medal involved, they will fight for it, and they've done that so far in this game. It's been fantastic to watch them try and defend this Olympic title. They're doing very well at the moment because they are 1-0 ahead, and we've got quite an interesting second half to come because Spain will have to come out and play and find that equaliser at least. So, at half-time, as I mentioned, Brazil 1, Spain 0. I wonder if our poll has changed a little bit since that goal. At the moment, it's 74% of you going for a Brazil win in the gold medal match, 25% with Spain. If you haven't yet, do vote. And of course, once you make that vote, you can't go back. Unless you create a new YouTube account. And if you really wanted to, change your vote there. But you can't change your vote once you make that vote. That's what's great about this poll. You can't change your mind. You have to stick to your decision. Anyway, We will be right back, folks. We're going to have a quick 5-minute break before the second half begins, so don't go anywhere. Stay on here and we'll get ready for the second half. It is a big second half coming up for Spain. Welcome back to the second half of the game. It's just kicked off, and of course Brazil looking the happier of the two at the moment, with the 1-0 lead after the goal from Connor in the well, pretty much at the half time, just before the half time had reached us. So welcome back to our live stream, and yeah, big second half here, really, because we all know what can happen to Spain. They've got to get an equaliser, otherwise they'll have to settle for that silver medal, which an Olympics isn't bad, but still at football you want to be the winners of the tournament. It's a weird thing, the Olympics. I mean, I love the Olympics, of course I do, but it's a weird feeling of a medal is great, but you want to. But Olympic champion sounds so much better, doesn't it, than silver and bronze? But I always think for all these athletes that work so hard to just be at the Olympics, you know, it's a big thing. And I think when you work so hard and at least you have a medal to show for it, it's worth it. But even just being at the Olympics for so many athletes, as we've probably seen in the last 2 weeks in Tokyo, you know, to them it's just an amazing experience. And you do hope that they can never have regrets, and I hope they don't. You know, it's easy to have that in your mindset and have regrets, but at the end of the day, the Olympics, that's what's so great about the Olympics. It's all about getting the world together, but also, you know, those medals mean more than money or anything else in the world when it comes to sport. Anyway, Brazil with a cross in, it's straight to the hands of Simon, who he'd hoped to not concede anymore. But at the moment, I'd say Brazil are the front runners to win this gold medal now. They've got that goal. They had a missed penalty, so they have been a lot more dangerous than Spain. And they'd love to do something that Brazil did 19 years ago, which is to win a major tournament in the international stadium in Yokohama. But can Spain deny that? Because they come up now to the edge of the box, now towards the left-hand side. Oh! Big block there. That was a good tap. Opponent. Whoa. Good tapping chance that was. It's offside anyway, so it wouldn't have counted. But at the time, they didn't know that. And Oyarzabal, I think it was him with the tapping, the captain. And it came off one of the Spain players, and that's why it was offside, because it came off him in behind the defence. He got well in the way, and I'm not sure if Santos would have saved that. Of course, do get in touch, folks, on our live chat page. Who do you think's going to win? And if you haven't yet, do click that subscribe button. We are very close to 4,000 subscribers. We are just 19 subscribers away, so do help us get to that 4,000 mark. We're hoping to do that this weekend. Here comes Spain now. It's 3.5 minutes gone in this second half. We've got, let's read some of your comments. We've got Nisquest Python saying Brazil is winning and will win. He did say that Brazil would win 50-0 at the start of the stream. Got to get 49 more goals, and there's been 49 minutes gone so far. I feel like you'd have to... The only way that can ever happen is you either play American Samoa in an international match, and you play your best squad, or you play against an amateur... You play on amateur level on FIFA, and you make the game a very long 45-minute format, so that you've got all the time in the world to score 50 goals in 90 minutes, if that is still an option on FIFA these days. My last FIFA copy was FIFA 99, so it's been a while. Not too long ago, but I didn't really play it that much either. Actually, no, what am I saying? I've got the latest one, and I haven't even touched that. Don't know what it is. I just don't play FIFA anymore. I'm more of a PES man, but I'm sure some of you know that now they've announced that it's going to have a new name. Actually, as I say this, here come Brazil. Surely it could be 2-0. Oh, what a save! Simon with a great save with his left hand. Oh, it doesn't matter. Brazil are offside anyway. But again, at the time, Brazil weren't aware and they carried on. It was Anthony with the shot. Oh, he's way offside. He picked up a pass from the halfway line. As in, the pass was from the halfway line. But yeah, he is offside anyway. It was still a good save from Simon. He had to dig deep and go down to his left to make sure it didn't go in. We got Bernard Cadell saying Nepal okay. Do get in touch, folks, on our live chat page. Let us know where you're watching the game from today. We always love to know where you lot are around the world. Oh, headed forward now. Here's Canoe, and now to Richarlison. Richarlison, can he? Oh, is it the crossbar? It came off the save of Simon. That was a crucial save. It came off the goalkeeper, and then it hit the inside crossbar, and it stayed out. And Richarlison, well, he wants a goal after that penalty miss and to try and seal the deal for Brazil, but he does a great turn, tricks the Spanish defender in front of him, and then he was up against the goalkeeper. And then the goalkeeper with another big save. Wasn't offside that time. Richarlison showing his frustration after that. Knowing, well, I mean, I don't know if there was much more he can do. It's just a great save. But as I say that, Brazil have a corner kick here. So they've got a chance to still double the lead. Here comes the corner. Spain deal with it for now, but you feel like Spain are just not getting themselves out of their shells to go for that equaliser at the moment. The first half they were quite quiet. Here they come again, Brazil, who look the better team. They look more determined to wear that gold medal come the ceremony. I mean, I'd imagine the ceremony is tonight. I don't know if the bronze medal team of Mexico are in the stadium waiting for that ceremony, because they got their bronze medal yesterday after beating the host Japan. They're just replaying the Richarlison opportunity. And the Brazil coach with his hands like that, thinking for a moment they might have just made sure that they got at least one hand on that medal. Still plenty of time for Spain. We've only had 8 minutes of the second half. Here they come. Spain, they've won a corner, I think. Oh no, it's a goal kick. It came off Olmo there. Of course, be sure to like and subscribe to Let's Talk Sport. Really appreciate it. It's now on the left wing for Spain. Now into the box. Brazil have got about 4 or 5 of their players inside the box. 3 Spanish players in the box at the moment. The ball's out on the left wing. I was just checking how my team, Man United, were doing in their friendly with Everton. They're 3-0 up at half-time. Goals from Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes and Mason Greenwood. So a lot of their senior players and first-team players are playing for the first time since the season has finished. Since last season. Anyway, they haven't been playing much friendlies. No Jadon Sancho in the squad today. Van der Beek's playing alongside Matic today. In front of the defence. And then you've got Daniel James playing on the left. Martial, the main man up front. So, Be interested to watch the highlights of that later on. Of course, Everton don't have Richarlison in their squad. He's here trying to get the gold medal for Brazil. If you've just tuned in, it is Brazil. It is Brazil 1, Spain 0, and the only goal of the game coming from Cano just literally in added time of the first half. Minutes after Richarlison missed from the penalty spot in which he skied it over the crossbar. And then he had a chance in this second half, but Simon made a big save that deflected and hit the crossbar. Oh, chance there for Spain with a header. Their main man up front couldn't get to it at the end. And Brazil will clear. Of course, even late on in this Olympic Games, there are still no fans in the stadium. It's been Olympic Games to forget for the fans, if you know what I mean, in terms of no fans at all attending. 0 attendance. When you go on Wikipedia for the women's and the men's Olympic football matches, attendance all 0 next to them all. The only people that could have gone in there were the players, the coaches, the staff, the officials, and maybe volunteers and workers and all that are having to be at the ground, but that's it. And, you know, back in England where I live, we do have fans back in stadiums now, so it's kind of weird seeing empty grounds again in other countries, because I'm not saying we're used to having fans back, but we're in that category again. Almost got a throw-in for Spain. Of course, we'll be looking forward to doing a lot more football watch-alongs for when the season starts with the Premier League and the other major leagues, Serie A, Bundesliga, Liga 1, you name it. Women's football as well, that comes back next month with the Women's Super League, so we look forward to doing those watch-alongs again. It feels like a long time since the football season finished. We had a Euros after that, let's not forget. We did a lot of Euro matches throughout the summer, which was a lot of fun. So if you've been enjoying them, do join us for the future football watch-alongs, and if you haven't yet, do subscribe. Oh, yeah, that was a corner deflection. Sorry, folks, just taking a picture of my setup. Spain currently in possession as we've reached the hour mark. It's Brazil 1, Spain 0. Of course, there's, it goes to extra time if there's a draw in this. And as I say that, they've scored! It's a great goal! What was I saying? It's a beautiful volley from the captain of Oyarzabal. And he has got Spain back in this game. It's a fantastic goal. An amazing cross to him. And he just hits it first time with his left foot in front of goal. And that is a fantastic goal. And that's exactly what Spain needed. Some electricity in their team. And they have gone and equalised. It was Carlos Sola with the cross in from the right wing. Spain back in this. Brazil 1, Spain 1. All of a sudden we've got a game on our hands here, folks. I must admit, I thought Brazil had the better chances recently. What a game this could become now. Will our poll change at all? It's still 76% for Brazil, Spain at 24%. Actually, it wasn't Oyarzabal. I apologise. It was Moreno with the goal. I keep thinking for a moment Oyarzabal was the captain. What am I saying? So it's Moreno, the skipper, who gets it. So 1-1, 62 minutes gone. What do you think, folks? Do you think Brazil will still go on to win this, or is the nerves starting to get to them maybe? Remember as well, folks, we do have the Lions South Africa match later on at 5 o'clock. Here come Brazil now. Oh, shot blocked again. Richarlison desperate to score after his penalty miss. Oh, it's a yellow card for Cano, the goal scorer for Brazil. William Bryan says Brazil is going to win despite the setback. Well, Cano's... I mean, he scored a good goal, which was when he chested the ball down, tricked his two opponents, and then was free on goal. Great way to control the ball in the air. Still got 76% of you going for Brazil for gold medals, 24% for Spain. But what a chance this is for Spain now. You know, despite being a goal down, they've held on And they'll certainly believe now that they can maybe upset Brazil here. And as I said, maybe revenge from that Confederations Cup final. I know it's none of those players apart from Dani Alves featured in it. But you do feel like when you lose a major final to a country, you'd like to get revenge at some point. As an Englishman, I'd certainly like to get that over Italy one day. We'll see. Future will tell. We got Mem Kotak getting in touch, saying Spain will win the Olympics with the emoji of prey, hoping that he's right, or she. Over 20 minutes to go. It's a big 20 minutes or so. Let's not forget the last Olympic men's final went to penalties when Brazil won it in front of a crowd of over 100,000 Brazilians at the Maracanã. Sadly, they're doing it in front of an empty stadium this time if it did go to penalties. The women's final last night, let's not forget, went to penalties. That was the first time in the women's edition that the gold medal match had gone all the way to penalties. So Brazil, with their shots on goal, have had 2 from the 8 shots they've taken. Spain have also had 2 shots on target, but only had 4 shots in total. There's a shot on target there. Santos with a save. It came off his chest, so he had to pick up from the rebound, and luckily for him, he beat the Spanish player to it. Otherwise, that could have been a bit of a that would have been a very bad moment and nowhere to hide for the goalkeeper. What a through ball to Richarlison. Oh, Simon read that completely and came out of his box to clear it. There's been 1 or 2 good balls through for Brazil up front, but it's very hard in modern day football when you have goalkeepers that use a lot more of their feet than you'd normally see in the style of football these days. And so Spain playing from the back again on the halfway line. It's now with Olmo. The whole Brazil defence line, it's actually with 5 at the moment. They're playing with 5 defenders, it looks like. Spain have got 4 up front. Spain just trying to control the pace in the whole half of Brazil at the moment, it seems. But the Spanish coach, I don't know his name. I'd imagine he only deals with the Olympic team. But he, throughout the tournament, he's been wearing his polo shirt, but he's also had a jumper tied round his neck, old-fashioned way. I don't know why. I just love it. It's great. I remember. I mean, who was the best dressed person at the Euros? No doubt, Roberto Mancini, the Italy manager. Even though I can't forgive him for beating England in that final, he wore probably the greatest suit ever, it was probably quite basic, but it just looked cool. The whole team, whole coaching staff were wearing the same suit. But they also look like Star Wars generals from the dark side, so evil people. Meanwhile, it's Spain on the left wing. 20 minutes to go nearly. You do wonder if this is a next goal win scenario, because as I said, the opportunities haven't really been there, and it's been a tight final so far. I thought until Spain equalised, Brazil were the team to beat, and I still think maybe they are, but Spain have definitely come out their shell from that goal. It was, I wouldn't say it's a goal out of nowhere. It was a great cross, and you've got to take the shot from there. It was perfectly placed on his foot with that volley. Moreno, the captain, what a way to lead your team back into this game. We got MD Alaman getting in touch. Hello, MD. Who are you going for today in this match? Be sure to subscribe, folks, to the channel. We are 16 subscribers away from reaching 4,000. And it's your support that keeps the channel going. Your interaction, your support, everything. It's what we do it for. Richarlison's down on the ground. Throwing for Spain. Brazil finding it hard just to have the possession or even have the ball at the moment. Here comes Spain now, 3 against 5. Just outside the box. Great run. Oh, he just loses it there. I think he's... How's he not? How's that? Oh, the referee has said that that's a free kick for Brazil. I think they got a bit lucky there because I didn't see much in that. If anything, he did his opponent and he fouled to the ground. Got lucky there. I thought that was a corner for Spain, really. One of the Spain players is currently on the ground. Hopefully he's not injured. Which is Oyozabal. Replaying the Moreno goal again. Such a good goal. It's funny, the whole Olympics website seems to be a bit wrong, actually, because they're saying that Oyozabal is not the captain yet. He's wearing the captain's armband, unless that changed throughout the second half, maybe. Brazil, crossing, cleared away. Just over a quarter of an hour to go. Pedri on the ground again. He's having words with the referee, and I think the referee is either informing him to, or at least advising him to walk off the side, off to the pitch, if he needs to be checked. But I think maybe he's telling the ref that he should be okay, maybe. Ooh, what's he giving there? Exactly 15 minutes to go then. Spain have a free kick as we come to the final few minutes possibly of the men's Olympic football tournament. And we don't have anyone leading it. One apiece. I just keep thinking more and more of Richarlison's penalty miss, of how I said it might haunt him and the squad if they don't win today. Just as I say that, Spain have wasted their free kick and Brazil have got the ball back in their own half. Referee again getting in the way, but I don't know why he didn't just let them play on, because Brazil still had the possession. Oh, come on, ref. What have you paused the game for there, man? I think he is actually going to give the possession to Spain. I don't understand why. I can understand why Claudinho is actually quite frustrated by the referee's decision there. I'm not sure what that's all about. And because of that, Spain have picked up the ball and played it all the way back to their goalkeeper, Simon, who's made one or two big saves in this tie to keep Spain in it at one point. Oh, one of the Spanish players has just gone down on the ground. Which is Eric Garcia now. If I'm correct, that's the Eric Garcia that's gone to Barcelona. Which is a transfer that Barcelona can, for once, actually afford these days after what's currently been happening with Messi. And they did say if they kept him on, they would have had problems for years. Which is mad to think. Oh, good ball. No, cleared it away. It's mainly been in the midfield, the ball. It's not been much going on since. There hasn't been much opportunities, but what a run this is from the left back of Brazil. And because of that, it's been able to win a throw near the corner flag on the left-hand side. Arana with that. Oh, hang on, here's a ball in for Brazil. Simon can only punch it away. Nope. Spain look to deal with it. Ball's going everywhere. Now here's Richarlison. As I said, he'll be wanting... Oh, hang on. If he could go on his own hit. Oh, just lost the ball in the box there. This referee is pausing the game for no reason again. Like, where's the foul? Where's the... What's he giving? This referee's been terrible. I don't understand any of his decisions so far. So, about nearly 10 minutes to go. Brazil 1, Spain 1. Next goal wins, it feels like, as I've already mentioned. It's a big 10 minutes coming up. Not been the greatest of finals, I will say that, but we could see a lot more to come yet. Still might feel like this is early days. If we're to have maybe a bit of extra time, and maybe if they don't decide by then, it could go to penalties. Richarlison. No. Now Kone, who scored the goal for Brazil. He's gone down. Does win a free kick. That's one thing I can agree with the referee on that. Yeah. completely not taken out, but his opponent was never going to get the ball. Tripped up completely there, just as he went past the halfway mark. Do get in touch, folks, on our live chat page. Don't be shy. Who do you think's going to win? Vote on our poll as well. Oh, Connor, will he get there? Oh, does he want a corner? It is a corner for Brazil. Ivana did brilliantly there. So here we go then. Corner on the near side for Brazil. Could this be the winning moment maybe? Richarlison lining up for this corner. There's 6 Brazilians in that box against what looks to be 7 Spanish players. Here comes the corner. That's a poor corner. Went way over the players. And then it just goes out for a corner. It was, no one made touch with that. It was a terrible, terrible corner. Brazil looking a bit shaky all of a sudden. And it was Claudinho who took it. And he knows, looking at the sky in frustration afterwards, he knows he should have done better. You do wonder how they get corners wrong. But again, you can say that about free kicks. When a corner is like a free kick, you've got a chance to kick it. You don't have any pressure on you to do it. But yeah, you do see a lot of poor corners these days. Bring back David Beckham. That guy could cross a ball. I mean, no one can bend a ball like Beckham. I feel like you'll never see anyone like him again. Jet Rye has got in touch saying Brazil win. Well, at the moment, it's currently a draw. Can they do it before the final whistle? Less than 8 minutes to go. Here's Claudinho now. Chips it across to Ivana. Sorry, Rana. I always say Ivana. Now Claudinho. Looks across to the right-hand side. Oh, chip in the box. Claudinho. Oh, Claudinho chested it down, but it was just a bit too short for Richarlison to kick it. He was ready to tee it off for him. They've got a corner again here. Brazil on the same side as before, the near side. Arana winning it there. 7 minutes to go. Nervous moments for both teams. Corner comes in. Oh, that's header gone way over the bar, and Spain will take that nicely. And I think for Spain, they'll be delighted the ball went out of play there, just so that they can regroup and maybe try and get themselves on the attack. Who will join Canada in winning gold medal at the football this summer? Of course, Brazil won the last one in London 2012. It was Mexico that beat Brazil in that final in London 2012. 2-1 that ended after 90 minutes. That didn't have to be decided in extra time or penalties. It was a big shock as well. I think a lot of people expected Brazil to win that, because that's when they had Neymar in the squad along with Oscar. Alexandre Pato was in that team. Ramirez as well. There was some, some well-known players in that squad, and they couldn't do it in the final. Mexico winning that gold medal. Mexico winning bronze yesterday after beating Japan pretty convincingly. And let's not forget they lost to Brazil on penalties in the semis. So this is how Brazil got to this final, while Spain upsetted the hosts. Oh, he's at the bar. I don't know how that's happened. It was a cross in that ended up swerving, and then it hit the crossbar. Goalkeeper didn't get to it. I thought it was going way over the bar, but it somehow landed and it nearly went in. If that had gone in, that would have been some way to win Olympic gold. It would have been a fluke, but you'd take it. Whatever it takes to win the match. Spain nearly inches away from leading this match with 5 minutes to go. But here come Brazil. Oh, Arana. No, not a foul. Arana was trying to pick up from the Richarlison pass, but he couldn't get past his opponent as he went down in the box. Referee, however, straight away denied it being a penalty, so it would be a goal kick for Spain. They're showing the cross again then. It was dipping, just not enough for it to... It beat the goalkeeper. If that went on target, I think they would have been in trouble, Brazil. Right, 3.5 minutes to go. In case you're wondering, if you're wondering where to watch the rugby later on at 5 o'clock British time, or in South Africa local time in Cape Town, it'll be at 6 o'clock, so they're an hour ahead of us. The final test between South Africa and the Lions is on at 5 o'clock UK time today, so join us on the channel for the watch along. It's going to be a very interesting one. Who will win the final test? Ging asking, is it first half or second half? So it is the second half. Ging, as you can see the clock above the scoreboard, it's 87 minutes gone. Here they come, Spain. They know that if they can find the net now, they don't have much long to hold on for. It's a shot! Oh, it's hit the bar! Oh, did the goalkeeper save it? It was Brian with the shot. Oh, it's a fantastic strike. The number 21 man, he thought, if I go for it, you never know. Beating the goalkeeper, hit the crossbar. That's twice they've hit the crossbar in the space of 2-3 minutes. Renish Carolyn asks, say 2 lines about this match. 2 lines. Do you mean 2 words? If you mean 2 words, I'd say not decided. Because it is 1 apiece. 1.5 minutes to go. I can't see there being much added time. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes, but referees like to add a bit more, I feel, for a bit more entertainment, maybe. Oh, there's a foul there on Spain, and almost gone down to win a free kick here. It's about 35 yards out, and it's a yellow card for one of the Brazilian defenders. And yeah, he did kind of push him from behind. Might have been taking one for the team there, as they were against them on the pace. Who's going to win this match? I have a feeling this is going to extra time. It may take a moment of glory to win it now for one of these teams to avoid that extra time. Douglas Luiz with that yellow card to his name after that free kick was given. Now remember, folks, click that subscribe button. If you love your football, click that subscribe button. We're very close to 4,000 subscribers. Spain with the free kick. It's chipped forward. Couldn't find any red man in the box, but from the headed rebound, it's Olmo, and he has won a corner. 10 seconds left until we reach the 90. How much added time is he going to give us? Three minutes. I did say there wasn't much to add, and in all fairness to the ref, he stuck to his guns, because a lot of refs would have given a lot more minutes there with it being a final. 3 minutes of added time. Spain with the header, and it's over the bar. And Brazil can breathe again with a goal kick in. That might just have been Spain's last chance before we reach the final whistle. The Brazil coach and the Spanish coach, they certainly can't watch on at the moment. They look nervous, but they are the leaders. They're the ones that have got to help their team still get past that finish line. It's going to be a throw-in for Brazil after the goal kick. Short thrown in front of the Brazilian coach. They've taken it back to their own half. This might just be Brazil's last chance before the final whistle. Here they are then. I think it's Richarlison with the ball on the right wing. Trying to get a cross in. Oh, he tried to nutmeg his opponent of Brian, and instead Brian read it and he won the ball there. Oh, and the cross comes in. Oh, Spain clear it. Only for now. Oh, where's he going to go? Just outside the box is Coutinho. Oh, Richarlison couldn't get the cross in. It's blocked. Spain's defence, when they've needed it, they've done well. Ah, that's not a foul. Free kick for Spain, though. Pedri down again. Pedri's been down quite a lot in this game. Bless him. Despite the fact that this match might be going to extra time, it's most likely now. Still 75% of you have voted for Brazil to win this match and to take home the gold medal. 25% have gone for Spain. It looks as though our watch along may extend here, folks. Seconds remaining. Richarlison starting to show, you can tell he's regretting that penalty miss. He ain't happy about that. And there it is. There's that final whistle. And as you'd expect, Richarlison, with his body language, has fist pumped the floor. He's not happy at all because he knows that he had a big moment in the game in that first half. He missed the penalty, and because of that, Spain are still in this game. And we're going to go into extra time, folks. And after 90 minutes, it has been Brazil 1, Spain 0. So we're going to go into extra time. Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing, have I? No. And so yeah, let us know what you think about that then, folks. At least we've got a final to remember at this moment in time. So let me just get the text up to say that it'll be extra time. So extra time it'll be. Don't go anywhere, folks. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go for a quick pee before it all starts again. I'll be right back. I do apologise, folks. I've had my mic muted. Sorry about that. Adam McNally's finally mentioned it. Oh, sorry, folks. It's the one weakness I have with these streams. I always forget about that. Here we go. Then corner comes in from Malcolm. Surely. Oh, good move by Brian. That was a big moment, but it's not over. Here's Malcolm with the ball in, and there's going to be another corner. That was a big chance for Brazil. They nearly had a free shot on goal, but there was a recovery there from one of the Spanish defenders to make the block. Sorry about that, folks. I have just finally unmuted my mic. So now you can hear me. Ball comes in, and Spain get rid of it. Adam says, welcome back. Thank you, Adam. Oh, another corner, I think. Arana with the cross in, that took a deflection. They've had at least 2 free corners in the space of a minute or so, Brazil. Another fall in the box between a Spanish and a Brazilian player. Oh, that looks dangerous. Simon does get there though. Good read by the goalkeeper. Oh, Spain trying to go on the counter-attack. Claudinho, that's a terrible shot. To be honest with you, it sums up his game from what I've seen. His corner deliveries have been poor, and that shot was terrible. Way off the target. I mean, look, if you don't try, you don't know, but that one was terrible. We are just 8 subscribers away, folks. 8 subscribers away from reaching 4,000. Let's get there before the end of the stream. Would really appreciate it. Now, can Spain get an attack going? They haven't really done much yet in this first period of extra time. 8 minutes nearly gone. Oh, Brazil ball in. Could this be it? Richarlison's shot is blocked. And Simon stops the ball from going out for a corner. We got Liverpool FC KK getting in touch saying Brazil with a crown emoji. Well, at the moment, it's anyone's crown. This Olympic gold medal. Still 1-1 in extra time. You got this feeling that, well, at the moment, in terms of what I've seen in this first period of extra time, Brazil look more up for it. But I do think at the same time, Brazil might be the favourites going into penalties just because they've been in a shootout already in this tournament. And they, of course, won that against Mexico in the previous round. Here they come, Brazil again. Close to reaching the 100th minute. Goal for Kono just before half time for Brazil. And then Oyazabal with a fantastic volley on the 62nd minute. Are the only goals we've seen in this game. It has been a tight affair between Brazil and Spain, as I think most of us expected when it comes to a major final. good save. Simon again. He stopped it from Richarlison collecting it. He's been brilliant, Simon. He's made some big saves. Again, Brazil trying to get the ball into the box. Malcolm. Oh, low ball cross. Didn't go past the Spanish players there to find Richarlison. Arana with the low ball cross. Brazilian coach thinking what to do next. Maybe if there's any substitutions he's got left. Now just 5 subscribers away, folks. Click that subscribe button. And anyway, Brazil. Oh, straight. Richarlison heads it straight to the hands of Simon there. He tried to pick out Malcolm across the face of goal, but Simon read him like a book and he knew exactly what his next move was. Oh, thank you, Liverpool FC KK, saying subscribed. Thank you very much. If you haven't yet, folks, do subscribe to the channel. We are just 5 away from reaching 4,000, and we'd love to get there before the end of this game. We got Renish Carolum saying Viva Brazil. And if you have just joined us, do vote on that poll. Who will win the gold medal, Brazil or Spain? Most of you are going for Brazil. That's 74% of you, and only 26% of you are thinking that maybe Spain will take home the gold medal instead and upset the Olympic champions. You do feel though at this point this is anyone's. It's either next goal wins or you take it to penalties. And anyway, here comes Spain now. First real attack since the extra time began. Brazil clear it. Oh, thank you A1THFC. I'd imagine that's Tottenham Hotspur saying subscribe to you. If I got that wrong, do tell me. We're now just 3 subscribers away. We got A1THFC saying, come on, Brian Gill. Brian Gill had a massive chance in the later parts of this game where he hit the crossbar. Meanwhile, Brazil have got a free kick. There's going to be a substitution. For Spain. Rafa Muir is going to come on. Oh, bit of a knock on there for one of the Spain defenders as he's limping away, but play continues. Referee, I think, happy to play on because Spain have got the possession. It's a long ball down to the left-hand side. Rafa Muir, oh, that's a corner. Spain have a corner just 30 seconds before the end of first period of extra time. A1THFC asking, is Pedri playing? He is playing, yep. I think he might have gone off though, I'm not sure. So we've reached the first 15 minutes of extra time. Oh, 1 minute of added time given by the 4th official. Spain instead from that corner have lost it. Now here comes Malcolm. He's been brilliant to watch since he's come on. Oh, and he's been pulled down there. That's got to be a free kick. That's a yellow card, surely. It is. It's a yellow card, and I think he meant that. Anything to stop the pace from Brazil. THFC says he needs a rest. He played like 70 games this season. I'd imagine he's referencing Pedri. Brian Gill with the yellow card, who struck the crossbar moments before full time, who could have won the game for Spain. Remember, folks, do subscribe. If you love football, click that subscribe button. Give us a like. We are 3 subscribers away from reaching 4,000. Ball comes in for Brazil. And it's headed away. And that's the end of the first period of extra time. And still, they are level. Brazil 1, Spain 1. So we've got at least quarter of an hour left to go until the penalty shootout. And you kind of wonder now if it's going to go down to that. As a neutral, I'd welcome it, because it's always entertaining to watch. But when you're supporting one of the teams or involved, it's horrible. It's the only way you can decide it. I do think in football they should do it if you don't want penalties, because of it being such a cruel way to lose it and amazing to win it after all the nerves that you get put through in those few minutes of that shootout. You do I've always thought, why not just play extra time, but you just play golden goal. You don't have half an hour, you just wait until the next goal is scored and then that's it. But yeah, golden goal was used for a bit. It's famous for David Trezeguet's golden goal in that Euro 2020, not 2020, Euro 2000 final. A1THFC asking, where can I watch it? I'm watching it on Eurosport, but I think it might also be on BBC iPlayer or BBC One. I'm afraid I'm not sure, but I'm watching it on Eurosport at the moment. While we wait for the second period of extra time to begin, just to let you know that in just over 2 hours' time we will have our live stream watch along of the third and final test between South Africa and the British and Irish Lions. So do join us for that. I haven't set up the event page yet. I'll set it up once this watch along is finished. And yeah, do stay put and do subscribe so that you don't miss any of our watch alongs going forward. We do all sorts. We do football, we do rugby, we do Formula 1. We've got our MotoGP watch along tomorrow at 1 o'clock for the Styrian Grand Prix, the first MotoGP race since the summer break. So it'd be good to have that returning. We've got Renier coming on for Brazil, the number 19 man. I wonder if that might be Brazil's last substitution if it goes to penalties. It just comes down to the individual, you feel, at this point. Who's got that energy to score a goal? Rafael Muir's about to start the second period of extra time. And there we go. And it's begun. So, can we find a winner before the dreaded penalty shootout? So it's Claudinho who's gone off for Renier, which might be for the best. I personally didn't think Claudinho had a good game at all. He took a couple of terrible corners. Bit of head tennis going on the halfway line with Brazil. So Brazil attacking from right to left. Spain from left to right in this final period. Quarter of an hour to go. Douglas Luiz fouled by Rafa Muir. We got a message in saying Forza España. Or Espana. Of course, the last major tournament Spain won was Euro 2012, nearly 10 years ago, when it was hosted in Poland and Ukraine. Thrashed Italy 4-0 in that final, which was the last major win under that dominant and quite incredible squad that Spain had under Vicente Del Bosque. A1THFC saying it's not on BBC Sport. Try the BBC Red button, maybe. That might do it, the BBC Red button. Spain have won a corner, and it's on the far side. We are now currently on 3,999 subscribers. We're one away, folks. One subscriber away. Be sure to follow us on YouTube. It's free. You don't, when you click subscribe, you don't have to pay for anything. It's a free button. And then you become a follower of the channel. We're very close now, folks. I'm from Borat land. You don't mean as in Borat, as in Kazakhstan? It's not there, is it? Here comes Malcolm, and he's just been the big run on one. He's done it. He's scored. Malcolm, I said he was a big player when he came on, and he might have just scored the winning goal to get Brazil's second Olympic gold in a row. Still over 10 minutes to go, but that might just be it. That might be the winning goal. And what a moment. I said he'll take an individual brilliance, and that's exactly what Malcolm has done. He came on from the bench. He was showing what an impact he had brought to the pitch when he came on. And his fresh legs have done the talking. Brazil lead 2-1 with 12 minutes to go. What a moment for Brazil. They might just hold on to defend this Olympic gold medal. He got past his opponent of the captain. He beat him to it. Came into the box on his own. He could have crossed it maybe, but no, he thought, I'm going to take this alone. It came off the foot of Simon to then go in the air and into the roof of the net. Brazil 2, Spain 1. And maybe, just maybe, there will be no penalty shootout. Spain have to come out now and score, otherwise that is it. They will have to settle for bronze. So Rafa Muir, as he did to start off the second period, has started again. But now he knows that it's him and his teammates that have to produce a goal, otherwise they will finish runners-up to Brazil. And they're in trouble here because Brazil have won the ball back. Oh, it's just a bit too far for one of their players to pick it up, and it's Simon who picks it up instead. Throwing for Spain. Now they've got it in the right areas, and they've got it in Brazil's half. They've got 10 minutes. It's now on the left wing. Brazil will probably defend like hell. Ball comes in. Cleared away. Now Dani Alves boots it out. Oh. throw-in. I think there's going to be a sub. Yeah, it's actually from both teams. So Memino's coming on for Brazil. First of all, it'll be Spain that'll make the change. And it's Monquiola who's coming on for Spain. Yeah, Menino's coming on. Brazil coach still looking very nervous. At least for now, he is in the right side of the lead, if that makes sense. But he knows that these next 8 minutes can feel like 8 hours when defending a lead, when on their way to win. We are just one subscriber away, folks, from reaching 4,000. Oh, Spain. They've got it in the box. Shot. Oh, calls for handball, but I think it hit the defender's head. Santos picks it up. And the referee isn't going to say a penalty, and instead he's refused it. But who knows? They do have VAR, but looks as though they're going to play on. I think if they do need to check, they'll ask the referee. But anyway, here come Brazil. Can they finish the job? Make it 3-1 and put the game to bed. They're going to have a shot on goal. Oh, it's wide. And it is Manino who's just come on, I think. Yeah. Oh, it just went wide. Actually, it was quite wide. Simon looked like he had it covered, though, if it was on target. Another sub. It's Paulinho this time for Brazil. And he is coming off. Richarlison. With 7 minutes left to go. Malcolm gives him a quick hug before he makes his walk off. And Richarlison, you can tell from his own game, he's not happy with how it ended. I think he's just really annoyed they didn't score that penalty. Otherwise, I don't think we'd see him this frustrated. He should just calm down. I will say this now. His team are 6 minutes away from winning gold. If they win gold, he can forget about the penalty and just celebrate. And just enjoy winning a major tournament with your country. So that's Richarlison coming off for Paulinho. I'm not sure how many subs each team have got left. It's completely gone out the window. My count has, anyway. And we've reached 4,000 subscribers. Yay! Thank you. Thank you to you lot at home. Really appreciate it. Much love to you all. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. We've finally reached 4,000. We really appreciate that, folks. And we do it for you lot at home to keep you entertained throughout these watch-alongs. So thank you. We really appreciate that. But right now, let's focus on this game because there's still at least 5 minutes left to go. Spain need to score if they are to stay in this and to at least maybe put this game to penalty shootout. And here they come now. Rafa Muir, no, couldn't get there. Oh, Santos pick it up, man. He nearly lost the ball. Well, he's offside anyway, it wouldn't have mattered. But for a moment, Santos wasn't picking the ball up and Rafa Muir was right next to him. In front of the goal. We got Siam Ahmed getting in touch saying Brazil. Here they come now, Brazil. This might end it. Oh, that was an important block, I felt. That looked like a corner, but it looked as though the referee has given it a goal kick. I mean, look, I'll say this now. This referee, I think, has been poor. For a major final, he's made some bad decisions. Oh, no, it did come... Actually, I say that. It did come off Paulinho, so it is a goal kick. So, actually, he was right there, but I still stand by my point. For Brazil, for them, it just kills time. While for Spain, it gives them less time to find that equaliser to keep them in this tournament. Here comes Spain. Last efforts. Cross comes in. And it's gone out for a throw-in for Spain, just near the corner flag on the near side. Olmo leaves it for his teammate to take it. They haven't got much time. They should probably hurry up with these throw-ins. Just 2 minutes to go. Miranda will take a long throw-in into the box. Santos couldn't get there, but luckily Malcolm has picked it up. And it's cleared out of danger for Brazil. The ball lands on the halfway line. Oh, couldn't get the long ball across to his teammate who was making the run down the right flank. Liverpool FC KK says, yeah! Diving header there for Brazil. William Bryan says, yeah! It's not over yet. A minute to go. They've just got to hold on now. And Santos picks it up and he'll stay on the ground for as long as he can. Clearance made by Santos, boots it out of his hands. Here comes Spain, last chance as we reach 120 minutes. And the referee has given 2 minutes of added time just to Spain have it in the box. And Santos lets it go behind for a goal kick. And he'll take as much time as he can to take that goal kick as we're into added time. Could that have been Spain's last chance? Yeah, Pedri still is on that pitch. One of you was asking before if Pedri was still playing. He is, I've just noticed. But yeah, he looks... Pedri has apparently played at least 70 games from this season. And the new season starts. It's literally just around the corner in Spain. I mean, don't get me wrong, missing out on a gold medal will hurt, but I think it's still pretty cool to go home with a silver medal if Spain don't get this goal. A minute gone of the added time. 1 minute left. Seconds away, Brazil from defending their Olympic title. They won it for the first time 5 years ago after disappointment in London 2012, losing it out to Mexico at Wembley Stadium with Neymar at present, and Oscar and Ramirez and Alexandra Pato and Hulk as well. It felt like with that team they probably had no excuses, but this time they were able to win it in Rio, and this time they are looking to win it back to back, unless Spain have something to say about it with just seconds left of the added time on the clock. As I said, it was nearly 20 years ago that Brazil won the World Cup here at the Yokohama Stadium. And the referee has blown the whistle for full time after extra time. It is Brazil who have won the Olympic gold medal. They did what they did 19 years ago here at night under the lights by beating Germany in a World Cup final. And they've done it again here. Their youngsters and some of their seniors will take home the gold medal for Brazil. They defend the Olympic title from 5 years ago. And what a win that is for Brazil. You can see it in them. You can see the spirits are there. They are absolutely thrilled. Dani Alves wins yet again another tournament as a player. How many has he won now? I can't remember if he was part of that Olympic squad in 2016. If not, then fantastic. He's won his first ever Olympic gold medal. Do let us know if you do know. But it is Dani Alves. He wins as a captain. What a moment for him as he's down on the pitch. Very emotional. Richarlison looks relieved. He's got the Brazil flag wrapped around him. He will be absolutely relieved after his penalty miss in the first half. Kanu and Malcolm with the goals for Brazil to help them win the Olympic gold medal today. Disappointment for Spain. They thought they came so close. They took Brazil to extra time, but they couldn't get that second goal while Brazil could. And I'll say this now for Spain, it'll hurt, but I think they'll be delighted. Those players have still got to take home an Olympic medal. That's still an honour for them to take, absolutely. But the Brazilian team, absolutely thrilled, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So what did you think at home, folks? Thrilled with the result? Happy for Brazil? We've got S saying Brazil wins. We've got Liverpool FC, KK sharing a lot of crown emojis for Brazil. They do take home the crown at the end. Thought I'd mute for myself for a moment because I sneezed. But that is it. That has come to the end of the Olympic football. The Olympic football is done and dusted for another Summer Olympics. It has ended here in Tokyo. Simon and one of the Brazilian players just congratulating each other. Simon does, of course, look disappointed that he conceded the most goals. But at the same time, I think he'll take a silver medal still. It's better than nothing. It's a little different with football. You get the trophy, of course, if you win a tournament. But with the Olympics, you get a medal, but with a different colour instead, which is an interesting way of putting it, but that is the outcome of this Olympic football tournament. Well, anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up there, folks, because in the next 2 hours we will be having the final test between South Africa and the Lions in Cape Town. That'll be on Let's Talk Sport on our YouTube channel for our next watch along. So don't go anywhere. Be sure to stay on the channel in the next couple of hours. If you haven't yet, click that subscribe button below this video. Give us a like if you enjoyed the stream, and hopefully we'll see you in our next stream in the Lions' third test against South Africa. If not, our next stream is tomorrow as well at 1 o'clock for the Styrian Grand Prix for MotoGP as it comes back after its long summer break. My thanks to you lot at home. Thank you very much for subscribing. We reached 4,000 during the stream today. Really appreciate it. And yeah, see you soon. Well done to Brazil. They've defended their Olympic gold medal. They will go home with that gold medal. Spain get silver and Mexico get bronze. From all of us here, goodbye and see you later.